What scam is so normalized that people don't even notice? Fake reviews. They are everywhere now. I don't even trust Reddit or YouTube comments sometimes because I wouldn't be surprised if there's company plants commenting about how great their product is. Service fees are just an artificial way to pretend prices are lower than they really are. That's only $15 plus $10 in service fees, just say it's $25. Getting students interns to work for free while treating them poorly. So many scams in dentistry. I've been in the industry for 12 years and it's amazing how common it is. So easy to tell someone they need a bunch of treatment they don't really need. Free trials that auto-enroll you at the end. Unpaid overtime. Any work you can't complete in your paid hours should be done by an extra employee the company pays for. By doing unpaid overtime, you are paying for the cost of your time and donating that to your employer. If a company can't afford to pay its employees for all their time working and still remain profitable, they are not a viable business and need to restructure their processes and/or pricing. If they can afford to pay it but choose not to, they are stealing from you. Rent to own, coming from someone who worked for Rent-A-Center for 312 years. Timeshares, extra fees on travel or actually any e-commerce purchase. Convenience fees or whatever you name them. Branded diets. No company that you pay to help you diet is invested in your success. They make money when you fail and keep returning. They're all a scam. You're more likely to end up with an eating disorder than permanent weight loss. Dealerships. I don't understand how two people could buy the same exact product, trim style features, and pay $10K difference. Add it to everyone saying there is no supply, because of shortages. Then sell it for full price MSRP. Isn't that what it is for? Don't give discounts and don't give out incentives. What problem do dealership sales employees solve to justify getting paid so much? Funeral industry. Congressmen can use insider trading legally. The BBB. It's a private company that had a ridiculously successful marketing campaign in the 80s and 90s and somehow got people to believe that they are government affiliated and have power over companies. Similar deceptive practices to Yelp. A lot of people don't realize that Haven is an MLM, even though they make great products you can buy from me in my referral link JK. Cups with so much ice that you only get 4 ounces of a drink in a 20 ounces cup. Anchor pricing. When you buy something expensive, you may notice that the highest prices are the ones you see first. Featured cars on a dealer website are the expensive ones. 3 laptop SKUs, but the most expensive version's price is the most prominent one. Regular old highballing during a sales pitch. Whatever the number represents, it's designed to make you think the version they expect you to buy is reasonably priced. Black Friday. The fact existing customers aren't automatically moved to better deals once their contract ends. They hope you won't switch and pay the premium. Printer ink being overpriced. That people 65 and up are considered unemployable in the workplace due to mental decline, but they run the country. Outlet malls. There was a great Adam ruins everything on them about how you are not actually getting marked down high-end products, just special cheaply made products created by brands for outlet malls. The fact that someone cut a chicken wing in half and managed to convince everyone it was 2 wings. That news stations can lie to you as long as they classify it as entertainment. Insurance. You spend most of your life giving them money, then when you need it they turn over every stone to figure out how to deny you care. Fast fashion. The reason why your clothes don't look good after you start wearing them is because they were meant to break fade after the first wash. So you can keep buying more and more. Fake download buttons. Cars are getting harder and harder to self-repair so someone else can get paid to fix the issue. Also, electronics that have screws that the average person doesn't have the tool to open it to try and repair it themselves. Ticketmaster. Selling a pint of beer that really just contains 14 ounces instead of 16 US size. That's not even mentioning false pints that have a thicker glass bottom. Social media influencer who get away with endorsing horrible products. Foam. So many cleaning products contain ingredients only to increase the amount of foam. People think foam means a better product. Your toothpaste doesn't need a foaming agent. Your dishwashing liquid doesn't either. We've been trained by marketing experts to believe in the power of foam, but a large part of it is a big lie. Time. Advertising is fucking everywhere. It takes up your thoughts, it's placed in your face, every site has a pop-up. It's flashy, planned, manipulation. It's to the point where the available advertising space has been so crammed your attention is being bought and sold in the markets. It's time to start charging. We'll be forced to wear blackout glasses and earphones just so we can filter what we're exposed to. In the year 2525, college bookstores. They are the worst. Edit. I'll keep the original wording, but I feel compelled to say our collective outrage is more accurately directed at publishing companies. Thank you, kind commenters. Credit scores. Paid off my student loans. 6 months later, couldn't get a credit card because I didn't have enough credit history. Those bastards want to keep you in debt, so you keep paying them interest rather than being actually responsible with money. Burn it all down. Printer ink. Gestures vaguely at everything. Campaign financing. Those things you wrap around your waist that claim to burn belly fat. It has been debunked for decades, but people still buy them. Manufactured obsolescence and the right to repair. Food sensitivity tests. This is a gigo problem dressed up to look like medical testing. They take a sample, send it off to a lab, and return official-looking results. The problem is they run tests for the wrong antibody, so the results tell you fuck all about food allergies, food intolerances, or food sensitivity. Real food allergies involve a malfunction of the immune system antibody IgE. Garbage food sensitivity tests check for IgE. You can walk into a local chiropractor's office or a naturopath's office where they'll gladly do a blood draw, send the sample off to a lab, and then proceed to diagnose you with food problems you don't have. Then once you pay for the testing, you can pay them more for this and that to cure you of problems you don't have. Or you can cut out the middleman and mail order these garbage tests from the manufacturer directly. The problem here is many-sided. In addition to being a pretty little way to separate fools from their money, consumers who trust these test results can end up with nutritional deficiencies while they eliminate nutritious foods from their diet because they're misled into thinking those foods are harmful. Meanwhile, if the person does have medical issues such as real allergies, the genuine problem goes undiagnosed and the unfortunate marks still end up in the ER, not knowing why. The FTC probably ought to crack down on bogus food sensitivity testing. But so far it hasn't. So it's pretty easy to get suckered if you aren't wise to the scam. References: Gov PMC articles. PMC 3314037. Edit. GIGO is a programming acronym that stands for garbage in, garbage out. Bad input creates garbage results. IgE and IgE are both types of immune system antibodies. Immunoglobulin E and immunoglobulin G. IgE measurements can be quite useful in COVID-19 testing. HTML. But IgE doesn't mean a damn thing when you think a food might be causing you problems. Edit. 2. Food intolerance isn't a specific diagnosis. It's a catch-all term that can cover a variety of unrelated conditions such as FODMAPs intolerance and lactose intolerance. Neither of those are immune disorders, so testing for antibodies won't diagnose either one. Reference links. Go to Johns Hopkins if you want more info. Lactose intolerance should not be confused with milk allergy. Same beverage, different disorders. If you do want allergy testing, here's a reliable rundown of the symptoms that would indicate the need along with a list of reliable tests. I had to get a flute for my kid. New ones cost $1,000. Paid $34 a month for 3 years. Now I own this flute. Ask the same place to see if they can buy it back for half. They don't buy it back. Come to find out, it sells used on eBay for less than $200. I paid more than $1,200 for it over 3 years. This place was recommended by the school for the instruments, so I didn't shop around and ended up getting screwed. What a racket. Having to calculate your taxes unless you have things you can actually claim and write off. They already know what you should pay or get back. This goes for the USA's IRS and Canada's CRA. Likely other countries too, but those for sure. Health insurance. Professional fraternities at university. You've been invited to join Kappa Kappa Delta because of your outstanding GPA, a prestigious organization that looks great on your resume. Please pay us $100 to be a member. Edit. Maybe I am more talking about honors societies. I don't really know what to call them. Employers not giving raises that at least match inflation. Essentially paying you less money comparatively to the last year. It especially annoys me when companies make deals with unions for like a 2 raise over 4 years, when you know the price of whatever they're selling is increasing with inflation. Religion for profit. Microsoft Office now being subscription-based. That makes no sense when there's no new content being released continuously. Recycling plastic. The concept seems great and to the point, but so much plastic doesn't actually get recycled, reused. Recycling was pushed by the companies that produce the most plastic so that consumers would focus on a feel-good project. I'm saving the earth versus the waste of these companies. This NPR article is a long read, but goes really in depth.